making my way to this roadhouse over here. It's called Something Good, and it's like a roadhouse. You can order from your car, or you can go into the restaurant area and order. The restaurant area is actually really nice. It's like on a deck, really chilled seaside decor, and they do really good desserts though. This is what I'm here for. They do like deluxe milkshakes and you know, funky flavored ice creams and things like that. Like they make caramel popcorn milkshakes and things like that. So I'm not sure if I want a milkshake or if I want a this is what it looks like, or if I just want ice cream, but we're gonna figure it out. Anyway, this is the restaurant area. You're going inside, and then this is the takeaway area if you want to order some takeaways. Hi. Oh, it's so full in here, you guys. It's so full. Find a spot at the beach and have a chat. But wait, I had strawberry and butter caramel. I just watched this movie called Young Adult on Netflix, and so it's about Charlize Theron, whatever. Anyway, I was watching this movie Young Adult by Charlize Theron, and she's basically like a late 30s, early 40s, middle-aged woman who is having, I mean, I wouldn't call it a midlife crisis, but definitely like a quarter life crisis is like in your 20s, which by the way is a real thing because I went through it. It was hectic. The 20s are hectic, but that's besides the point. That's not what we're talking about now. We're talking about a different kind of hecticness. Anyway, she's going through, let's call it a midlife crisis, and she's basically, what she does in the movie is that she goes back and she tries to reset the button and tries to basically reset from high school. And I know, like with growing older and what I have experienced about growing older, which you probably don't see on the internet because most people on the internet are pretty young, and I don't really like talk about I talk about my age, but I don't really talk about like the things that I go through because of my age and some of my insecurities and things like that, just purely because I don't know if I have a space for that. Maybe I should just create a space for that for myself. But she basically tries to reset to high school because, and I mean, the plot of the movie isn't really that interesting, but she tries to get back her high school boyfriend. And I was thinking about it, because I know for me, with getting older, one of the things that really hit me, yeah, there's a lot of things that you go through physically, mentally, and all sorts of things, and there definitely has been pros to getting older. Like I said, the 20s for me were hectic, lots of working through a lot of self-doubt and just, you know, getting a voice and speaking out and all of those things. But one of the things that really has been something that like I've been trying to work through, is not a struggle because you're so much more in control of yourself and your emotions and things like that. So it's not like the same kind of struggle that you go through in your 20s when like everything just feels like it feels like the world is coming at you. This is more like of a like a slow contemplation that sort of is just always sitting like at the back of your neck, you know, like just right here. It has like a little occupation, a little office right at the back, you know. It's not always in the forefront of your thoughts, but it's always sort of niggling you. And that's like, I always wonder if I have reached my, if I've lived past my sweet spot, my sweet point in life, where there's something about a moment in your youth, and that is where you've got, sorry, the bike, where you have got the right amount of crazy, right? The right amount of crazy, the right amount of mobility, and the right amount of carefree, I don't give, I'm just gonna live my life, and all of that. There's like a sweet spot where like and I think particularly it's that living life for yourself, and like where you feel like you've lived the best version of yourself, and that everything else after that is going to be a shadow of that best version of yourself. Like that, like there'll never be a moment in time where your life will be great. And I'm not talking about like work achievements or like it's not where you feel like you have achieved the most that you can ever achieve. It's not like you feel like I have everything that I could ever want, because I mean, we all are still striving, and even in our 20s we all feel like we're still striving. But there's like a moment of magic that feels like I've lived past, and for a long time, like, it worried me. I was like, oh, and I still do think about it, you know, like, have I lived the best part of my life, and am I just now going to live versions of that best part of my life? And it's such a weird thing, you know, because you do get better with your own self-image, you do get better work, you do get a better salary, like things improve, but there's just a feeling of the magic has been left at the back, you know. And yeah, like it was weird watching it, because I mean, you watch a lot of movies of like people like rekindling the past and things like that, but there was something particular about the way she articulated it, or this movie tried to articulate that wanting, I mean, she was like well, that's what it articulated for me. I don't necessarily think that that's what the movie was trying to do, but that's what she did. So yeah, it was just weird, and I thought I would share it with the vlog, because yeah, it's a weird thing. So it's always, you know, when people say the folly of youth, you know, the folly of youth is not actually knowing how great it is in the moment. But
so,
yeah,
hey Gabsters, Gabby from the future here. I am busy editing the vlog, and I think I figured it out. I think for me, it is the realization of time is moving, and that you are at the halfway point of your life, and that of the impending death. Like, what? I don't mean it like that, but you know, when you're younger, you don't actually have the perception of time that you have when you're older. When you're younger, it's like, you know, I'll do tomorrow, I'll do tomorrow, I'll do tomorrow, next year when I'm older. You have like, time is something that you always have, and therefore you never really think about it. But as you get older, and as you hit like the late 30s, there's a realization of time. You see time differently. You and time are like this, you know, you're looking at each other and you're like, and time's like, hey, 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 I always win this one, you know. So I think that's what it is. And we'll probably talk about it a little bit more in another vlog. I just wanted to add it in because this vlog is also getting a little bit too long, so I don't want to waste too much time on it. But let me know what your thoughts are.
but yeah, do you feel like you've lived the best version of yourself? And I don't mean it in terms of like you don't want to achieve anything else, or there's nothing else. But do you feel like you've lived the best parts of yourself, or do you feel like those best parts are still coming? I would be quite interested to know that. Like, yeah, I'd be very interested to know that. That's just the snippet for the vlog. We shall carry on wherever this vlog is. We'll just carry it on. We'll just carry it on.